Please save them. A no-sleep story by TheSilentRanter. I live in the South Texas Mental Rehabilitation Center for young women 12 through 21 who have and are suffering from things like PTSD, anorexia, bulimia, paranoia, and more. But you see, this isn't a hospital. No. The way they run this place is more like a correction facility. Everyone is waking at 4:30 a.m. If you don't get up, you get the hose. From 4:30 to 6:30, you shower, if you can find an open one. You change, if they gave you enough clothes, and you eat whatever medicated soup they try to pass as oatmeal, if you get to the cafeteria before all the food is gone. From 6:30 to 10:30, you have therapy sessions, or as I like to call them, torture hours. You resist therapy, you get the hose. Sessions are different depending on why you were admitted. If you're in for anorexia or bulimia, they strap you down to a table with a tube up your nose while showing you pictures and videos of overweight people eating very unhealthy meals. And when you ask what's in the tube, the doctor says 3,500 of the hundreds of thousands of calories you just saw. Now, how does that make you feel? If you're in for PTSD, they make you mentally relive all of the situations your abuser put you through. Every single one. From what they said to the color of their shirt, even down to which of their hands dominated you more. Then, from 10:30 to 12:30 is free time, which is really just an excuse to keep us locked in our rooms until lunch, which ends at 1. Then comes the time for meds. They check our mouths with their fingers to make sure we swallowed. And if you ask me, I'd say some of them get some kind of weird kick out of it. They don't tell us what we're taking, only that if we don't, we get the hose. And if we still don't, we're force-fed them and sent to the isolation ward. And once you're there, you don't come back. I've been here almost 10 years, and I've heard nothing but horror stories. To be honest, I can never remember the first few hours after I take my pills. All I know is that I always wake up on my bed, half naked, with only a hospital gown covering my chest. Not even fastened, just laid across my chest, crumpled in a way that just barely covers anything. By then, it's usually just before 6:30, dinner time. Then it's off to bed. That's when he comes in. He's been coming to my room every night for 7 years. You would think he'd get tired of me by then, but he comes every night like clockwork. I've stopped trying to fight it. Once he leaves, a nurse comes in, makes sure he didn't leave any physical evidence. I've learned the hard way what happens when he does. Yesterday was Visitor's Day. No one ever comes to see anybody. No one cares. The only people who are told we're here are our abusers. At this point, you may be thinking, how does she know they all have abusers? Well, the answer is simple. The only people they send here are the ones who feel they need to be forgotten. The young women who were abused by Texas's best people, judges, sheriffs, politicians, anyone who could possibly give bad publicity to the higher-ups. You don't come here to get better. You come here to get worse. They don't want you to leave, so they do everything they can to make you batshit crazy. God knows what happens when you pass the age limit. Everyone can hear screams, the banging, the door slamming, then nothing. If you ask where they went, you get ignored. And if you persist, you get the hose. Right now, it's 11:57 on the night before my 22nd birthday. I found this phone underneath a chair in one room or the other. This app was on it, along with a few games and such. I only have a few minutes to finish writing this, but there's one more thing I need to tell you. The address. Please save them. It's 2270 Culver